But the global South is screaming. You've got a lot of our European allies that are really calling out Israel for overreaction and what they see as indiscriminate killing of many Palestinians. I mean, I guess my question to you is, if you were in an office and advising any next president that came up, should there not be some effort to really diminish the footprint of horror for innocents?
Yeah. Well, you know, in terms of the international pressure, I can tell you when I've been in the government and I've heard about international pressure, if I had a switch inside my ear, I just turn it off. If you don't pay any attention to it, it's not pressure. But here's where I think the most important point that many commentators and national leaders are missing. I do not consider this a war of Hamas against Israel. I consider this a war by some of America's worst enemies, led by the mullahs in Tehran, using their terrorist surrogate groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, like the Houthis in Yemen, like the militia groups in Iraq, in what Qasem Soleimani, the late Qasem Soleimani, called the Ring of Fire strategy against Israel. And that's why I think in the Arab world in particular, if people understood this better, and I think many of the leaders do understand it, they would see this is not an attack on the Arab world. This is Israel defending itself from the leadership in Tehran and doing to the Palestinian people what has happened to them in the past, being used by outsiders for their own purposes. And I think if you understand it in that respect, it would be easier, not easy, but easier for many people in the region to understand what Israel's doing and to see where the real perpetrator, the real moral cause of this is, and it is the government of Iran.